Okay, I want you to picture something. A city not built up brick by brick, but carved down, chiseled right out of these massive red sandstone cliffs. This legendary place, known as the Rose City, was hidden away in the Jordanian desert. So today, we're going to dig into the incredible story of Petra.
All right, let's just dive right in. For almost 1,000 years, Petra was basically a ghost. It completely vanished from maps, faded into myth, and was only ever talked about in whispers. A whole, thriving capital city just gone from the memory of the Western world.
And that is the big question we're tackling today. I mean, it's one thing for a city to fall into ruin. That happens. But how does an architectural marvel on this scale get completely lost to history for so long? Well, the answer is this epic story of genius, collapse, and incredible rediscovery.
So let's just look at the timeline here. Petra's story plays out over a huge stretch of time. It gets going way back in the 4th century BC and hits its absolute peak in the 1st century AD. But by the 7th century, it's pretty much empty. And look at that enormous gap. It wasn't until 1812 that a Swiss explorer, Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, stumbled upon it and reintroduced this lost city to the world.
To really get Petra, you have to understand the people who created it. And these folks weren't just builders. Oh no, they were absolute masters of one of the harshest environments on Earth. We are talking about the truly ingenious Nabataeans.
All right, so who exactly were they? Well, the Nabataeans actually started out as a nomadic tribe, kind of wandering the vast Arabian desert. But here's the thing, they were different. They saw incredible potential where everyone else just saw barren rock, and they picked this hidden valley to build the capital of their entire kingdom. So how in the world did they build this thriving city in the middle of nowhere? Well, their secret sauce really boiled down to 3 key things. They were geniuses at managing water, their stone carving skills were second to none, and they completely controlled the rich trade routes.
And this, right here, this was their masterstroke. Engineering. They literally created an artificial oasis. They built dams, huge underground cisterns, and these complex water channels to capture every single drop of rain. They took the desert's biggest threat, these sudden, violent flash floods, and turned it into their city's greatest asset. It's simple, really. Control the water, you control the desert.
So, with water in the bank and wealth flowing in, Petra didn't just survive, it absolutely blossomed. It became one of the most spectacular cities of the ancient world. So let's just take a moment and picture Petra in its golden age.
Get this. At its height in the 1st century AD, it's estimated that 20,000 people called this rock-hewn valley home. Just stop and think about that for a second. That's a bustling city full of traders and families and artisans, all thriving because of that incredible water system.
And wow, their ambition is literally carved in stone. This is Al-Khazna, the treasury. It's Petra's most iconic building. You've definitely seen this before. It's believed to be the stunning tomb of a Nabataean king, Aretas IV. Just a massive statement of power meant to last forever. But don't think for a second Petra was just a city of tombs. Check out this huge theater, also carved straight out of the mountain. It could seat around 8,500 people. This was a hub for public life, for poetry and drama, proving this was a vibrant, living, breathing culture. And if you want to talk about sheer scale, just look at Ad-Dir, the monastery. This is the largest single monument in all of Petra. At 50 meters wide and 45 meters tall, it is an absolute giant, a testament to their unbelievable skill and devotion.
Okay, so we've got this incredible, rich, and brilliant city, which brings us right back to the central mystery. Why did it fail? How on earth did Petra become a lost city?
Well, the first blow was economic. The world simply changed around Petra. See, after Rome took over the kingdom in 106 AD, trade patterns started shifting to new sea routes. All of a sudden, those caravans full of spices and incense, Petra's whole lifeblood, they were just being bypassed. The city's wealth started to bleed out.
So Petra's economy was already weakening. The city was in a slow decline. And then, the final, devastating blow came. And it didn't come from an army or an empire. It came from the earth itself.
Yep. In 363 AD, a huge earthquake ripped right through the region. It shattered buildings, but most critically, it destroyed the city's genius water management system. The very engineering that had allowed Petra to even exist in the first place was broken. And that was the tipping point. The city just couldn't recover. After that, the population just dwindled. And for centuries, the desert slowly reclaimed Petra. Its famous entrance, that long, narrow canyon called the Sikh, it became a gateway to a forgotten world. The city that was once humming with trade,
was now known only to the local Bedouin.
But you know what? The story doesn't end there. In abandonment and sand, Petra was found again, and today its legacy is more powerful than ever before.
I mean, listen to this. UNESCO calls it one of the most precious cultural properties of man's cultural heritage. And it's not hard to see why, right? There is simply nothing else like it on the entire planet.
Today, Petra is a powerful symbol of Jordan. It's the country's most visited attraction, it's a protected UNESCO World Heritage Site, and, oh yeah, it's celebrated as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. The lost city is well and truly found.
Which kind of leaves us with one final thought. The story of Petra proves that these absolutely incredible pieces of human history can just lie hidden, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other wonders are still out there, just waiting to be found?